a manager of funds or a good manager of funds will always succeed, whether big or small. Before I started this microcredit program, I think I was commissioner there when I went to one of my villages. People know I have many villages. And there was this lady who I had known her frying akara right from when I was young. And she was still frying akara. You know, and we're interacting. And I said, this akara when they fry, so you know they go make a big parcel. He said if he gets small money now, add. Is it go big parcel? And what did I give her? I just gave her 10,000 naira. And I can tell you that by the time I became a governor, this woman had moved beyond what she was at the time she got the 10,000 naira. She had grown her business beyond that. So it is possible for those who can manage funds to manage a small one and make the money big. And that is the point we're trying to drive at in this microcredit program. From the exhibition we saw there today, we saw those who started small and they are growing, and growing. Some, Mama Akano, when we started with her, she just had a farm, a plantain farm. Today she's packaging her plantain chips and plantain flour and all that and exporting. She's a big woman today. Her products are everywhere. Well, she started small. Mama Akano, I greet you. You know. Or is it the woods that the son came here? And where's Emmanuel? I thank you for your testimony. The Emmanuel finished from Covenant University. That is one of the top universities in Nigeria. She did not struggle to look for employment in government, but she started poultry farm in her backyard. And today, she has several beds. And when she was talking to us there, she said her grandmother was asking her, after university, why will you go and start poultry? Today, she's employing her grandmother. She didn't tell us here. Her grandmother is an employee. Or the young man, I went to visit Camp 74 a few weeks ago. The young man who grew up in a university setting. The father, I think, was the bursar or something university. And the young man read accounting, a graduate of accounting. Instead of looking for employment, he went to one bush. Camp 74 is a place some of us need to visit. It's bush. But this young man has turned it to a big fish farm, employing, I think, about 110 other persons. And he's so proud, he's so proud and happy with what he's doing. We have several of the stories. In fact, some of the ones I heard today, I had not heard them before. And you know, each time I hear this kind of stories, they are the things that excite me. You know, when you tell me about airports, yes, I'm happy for the airport and all that. But these are the stories that excite me. These are the stories that encourage me. I should encourage you. I should encourage Central Bank to do more for those at the bottom of the ladder. I know you are doing a lot in big issues. You are doing a lot in power. You are doing a lot in other infrastructure. But let me say, this one that you are doing for micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises are the real fulcrum for development. This is the real development. And I want to thank you, the Governor of Central Bank, and through you, also I thank Mr. President, because if Mr. President does not allow you to do what you are doing now, you will not be able to do it. So I want to thank Mr. President, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who quietly is developing Nigeria. I want to thank him. We are not just going to roll out the fund today to encourage you to do more, but we also want to assure you, like you stressed, the funds will go to those who are the real beneficiaries. Since we started this program in 2007, I have tried to insulate it from politics. So you see that beneficiaries are not just PDP members. They don't have to be PDP members. Once you belong to a cooperative and you have the minimum, you get it. You don't need a party card to get this fund. I've insisted on that. In fact, that was the reason why I put the office, I put the system before this SPV was formed directly under my office to be able to at least ward off the political pressure. Because sometimes I can tell that there'll be a lot of political pressure, but you need a lot of toughness to be able to deal with it. I'm not saying politicians should not benefit from it, but you must meet the criteria to be able to benefit from it. And you must be able to utilize the fund properly. Whether you're PDP, APC, whatever, you must be able to meet the criteria properly. So I want to assure you that it will get to the real beneficiaries. The other thing I want to assure you is that management of the program also has its logistic requirement. I want to assure you that the 2 billion, all the 2 billion will go to beneficiaries. We will not take any money from there to manage the program. Whatever logistics required to manage the program, the state government will deal with it. And the other thing the state government will deal with too, because our programs have been 0% in terms of interest rate. We want your program to also continue like that. So the state government will pay the 9% interest rate. So, for this 2 billion, the state government will pay the 9%, which is about around 80 million, will pay the interest rate, so that it gets to the clients or beneficiaries at 0%. And when they are making the returns, they do not have to pay the interest. This is one of the ways we shall support the program and ensure that the program succeeds. And our governor, I want to show you that the program will succeed. Let me thank the participating financial institutions. So far, in the last 7 years that we have been in this program, we have had a partnership, and our partnership has succeeded. We've got a lot of experiences from the partnership. We are now entering a new phase, and that is the phase that involves your overall boss. You know, the central bank is your overall boss. I hope you know that. So if you misbehave, they know what to do. You know, we're not your bosses, but the central bank is your overall boss. They have the big stick. Now, this involves your overall boss. That means you have to be even be more careful than you were before. You have done very well. Congratulations. But please, now you have to do more than what you were doing. And I was glad that one of you talked about some kind of human capital development in the programs. I agree very much with that. I sincerely agree with that. And therefore, the beneficiaries or the clients, many of you also experience, a lot more persons will now come in. Please be mentors to some of these new persons that are coming in, because it sometimes requires mentoring. You know, when Monsignor Anie was praying, he talked about some people praying against some people getting the money and looking for second wives, especially the men. The prayer did not just come from nowhere. It's out of real experience. What he said in that prayer is real. When we started, we experienced it. But right now, I think people have learned, and all we have passed that phase of the money being diverted. People have seen the benefit of growing this money.